I'm just not able to recover like I used to. Like Steven Tyler once said, my get up and go, it must have got up and went. Back-to-back hard runs and hard workouts were depleting and seldom invigorating. And that's why I took the cold plunge. In the words of another great poet, I embraced the ice, ice baby. I filled the tank, I inserted the chiller, I distilled the water down to 44 degrees and I stepped in. The water greeted me like a slap in the face, but I fought back. I'd done this before. 8 years prior, I made it 3.5 whole minutes before being mercifully yanked during a Wim Hof workshop. I stared at the clock now, willing the seconds to pass. Why the ice bath? Low-grade chronic inflammation kills us slowly. Time magazine published Inflammation, the Secret Killer in 2004, and then more recently, inflammation may be the culprit behind our deadliest diseases in 2023. Let me summarize. Inflammation is a biological mechanism that marshals a defensive attack that lays waste to both invader and any tissue it may have infected. And then just as quickly, the process subsides and healing begins. But what if the body is inflamed chronically? When that occurs, the body can turn on itself like an ornery child who can't resist picking a scab, with after effects that seem to underlie a wide variety of disease. Low-grade persistent inflammation is like a slow water leak that eventually breaks the dam. Inflammation is now linked to serious health risks, things like heart disease and cancer. My own low-grade inflammation is a product of poor sleep, stress, hard workouts, long work days, and sometimes poor eating. I'm sure you can commiserate. I love working out, which reduces inflammation, by the way, but sometimes I felt too lethargic to work hard after a hard day's work. So I started taking the plunge. I figured some of my clients suffered this same general lassitude, and I bought one for the studio. Research on cold water immersion finds evidence that it reduces the degree of exercise-induced muscle damage that occurs after physical activities. Say that 5 times fast. Less damage leads to less inflammation, which in turn reduces soreness and helps restore physical performance the next day. The water rose to cover my chest, and immediately I fought the urge to leave. And next, I fought the clock. I started yelling out curse words to psych myself up.
Who do I trust? Me. Who put this together? Me.
Don't worry, I was alone. And at last, when the clock passed 4 minutes, I rose from the water and I toweled off. I felt euphoric. There's science behind this. Studies that prove 11 or more minutes of cold exposure per week increases dopamine production by 250%. We could all use a little more dopamine, am I right? Now there are some who posit that because our bodies no longer fight starvation, extreme cold, or extreme heat, they instead fight themselves via autoimmune disease, depression, and inflammation. When we plunge, we're reminding our bodies that we're still primitive animals at war with our surroundings, not ourselves. It's an interesting theory. Is it worth it? Listen, I've cold plunged after every hard workout recently, and I emerge refreshed, looking forward to the next workout more than I have in years. In fact, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I look forward to the plunge. In fact, sometimes my workout is an excuse or a justification for me to get in the ice water. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth.